So hi everybody. So today we're here with Mr. Bernard, who is a PE teacher at the school, and he's retiring this year, so in a few days time. So yeah, here we are to ask him some questions. Here's Mr. Bernard.
Hello.
So first, what brought you to Switzerland?
Well, I'm Swiss, so I was born here. I was born in Les Cliniques des Grangettes opposite LGB campus. That was about 65 years ago.
What would you say is the most adventurous thing you've done in your life?
Adventurous? The most adventurous thing I've ever done in my life?
Yes.
Well, I left to go to a university to the north of England, not having visited or interviewed or anything. I got on a plane, had my suitcase, got there, and discovered this wonderful place called York.
What was your PE teacher like growing up, and did they inspire you in any way?
They sort of gave you taught me about what the importance of being a team member, really, and sort of shaping a bit the education side of the person, the social side things, and that's what I appreciated about it. It wasn't just how good you were at the sport or whatever.
All right. Have you had any other jobs other than a PE teacher?
I've had lots of little jobs, yes. I didn't even think I was going to be into education, but it just fell that way. I was a truck driver in Saudi Arabia. I did removal van stuff, déménageur, to earn money. I worked in the first McDonald's on the Rue du Mont Blanc in Geneva when it opened, the first one. It was a friend of mine that I graduated with from LGB who was the manager, and he offered people a job, and that was quite interesting to work there.
So what made you choose to become a PE teacher in the end?
Well, I was sort of interested in education because when I was at school, I was at LGB. I graduated in 1975. I did the IB, like all of you are going to be doing. Mm-hmm. And it was a fantastic experience. And we also had CAS, I don't know if you do. And that's where the good things come out of it. And then I was an assistant tutor or an assistant mentor, and also I did a few services in the primary school. So I got a feel of what satisfactions you could get out of the job.
Great. And what would you say has been your favorite year to teach?
I'd say I'm more the adolescent, more the top end.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And who would you say is your favorite PE teacher in the department apart from yourself?
Favorite is difficult. I work with a great team, and I think that's what made me stay here for 37 years is the people I work with, and it's almost like a little family and a real team, and it's enjoyable to come to work, so it's hard to really separate. They each have their, the good sides, like you have many friends with different qualities, and so it's hard to really say the best, but so I would say the team.
How do you feel about leaving the school?
Well, I'm I would say, to be honest, I'm happy. No, happy in a good sense, is that, it's to turn the page and start another page in my life. And I'm going to enjoy to have, to sort of look after myself and think about myself only instead of trying to think about other people all the time. And I think it's something that you shouldn't forget, which you forget after a while.
So as you said, you're turning a new leaf in life. So
Yeah.
do you have any big plans for the years ahead?
Big plans, big plans. Well, I've got being local. I was born in Geneva. I left Switzerland, came back, but I have a whole sort of community outside of the school. So my school was work, very enjoyable, great. I got a lot out of it, satisfactions. But I also had, a lot of another community outside. So it's not going to be a massive sort of emptiness when I leave. I kind of fill it up with the community or the friends that I have outside.
You mentioned that you had taught at La Chatte for 37 years. So what is one thing you think you'll miss the most about it here?
What I'll miss the most is the connection with the youth or today's society. You know what's going on in the world because it's right there in front of you, and you can see the people and the changes, the massive changes and all the the problems that are today that I didn't have when I was growing up. It's so different. So to keep that connection and to keep that knowledge was something I'll miss.
And what is one thing you will not be missing about La Chatte?
Writing reports and the having to be in front of a class at a specific time, whether you feel good, bad, or indifferent.
What is your most memorable moment at this school?
The most memorable moment at this school. Well, I have a few actually. The memorable moments, I would say, for me, the memories I'm going to take away are everything but maybe in the classroom, which is the field weeks, the ski days, the sport competitions, traveling away with the teams to go to Europe with the ISSTs and things like that.
So, as I'm sure you know, a lot of students love to skip PE. So, what would you say is the best excuse a student has given you to get out of PE?
The best excuse ever. It was that the tram had a flat tire.
And what would be the funniest moment in all of your years of teaching?
The funniest moment. Every time I used to speak to the class and I went backwards and there was a bench or a kid or something and I tripped over and fell over the dramatic way. Yeah, that was funny for the class. And then the other ones are I really enjoyed the end of year assemblies or Christmas assemblies with the talent shows and the the teachers singing and seeing people in different situations having a good time and a good laugh. It was just that was great.
And if you could have dinner with 3 people in the entire world, alive or dead, who would you have dinner with?
Wow. Yeah. So I'd say one person I'd like to meet is Tristan Bernard. Because there is a Tristan Bernard. There's a statue in Paris at the theater. And he used to be a writer. He died in 1947. And I thought I might ask him how it was to carry that name. Anyway, and then another one is Jean-Pierre Rive, who was captain of the French rugby team. Yeah, I'd just like to know what it was like to be a professional. Well, in those days I wasn't professional, but a character I'd like to meet. And then the last one is Marilyn Monroe. Interesting person.
So what was your favorite subject when you were at school?
Favorite subject at school is biology.
And if you could teleport anywhere right now, where would you go?
I think I'd like to go to the top of Everest.
Are there any people you would like to thank for your experience at La Chatte?
Yeah, I would. I'd like to thank the community of Chateauneuf, and I think that's probably what I think when I think of La Chaîneraie. I think of a community with all its members, which are the students, the teachers, the colleagues, the service technique, the cafeteria, because all those people, you spend a lot of your day at work, so it should be an enjoyable place, and it has been an enjoyable place, and I've come to work, smile on my face for 37 years, and I don't regret any, due to all these people all put together.
And with the holidays coming up, it is only fitting to ask you a couple of Christmas-themed questions. So, what is
Christmas?
your... Yes, Christmas.
Are we allowed to say Christmas? Oh, okay.
What is your favourite Christmas song?
My favorite Christmas song is Le Petit Papa Noël, which my mom used to sing, or we used to sing when we were very small kids. And Christmas to me, with the kids, is memories of kids' memories, and that's the song.
And what is one present you asked for this year?
Sorry?
One present you asked for this year.
One present I asked for this year?
Yeah.
The one present which I ask every year, it's not complicated. It's a lovely moment of having everybody around the table with a nice meal, and to be there with my whole family or extended family, as many family members as possible. That's what I tell my family, that's all I want, is everybody make an effort to be together and share a meal, a nice meal.
And are you going anywhere for Christmas this year?
No. No, we're staying home. My daughters they're coming in, so there'll be the four of us and having that nice meal.
And what is your favourite Christmas food or your favourite Christmas meal?
My favorite Christmas meal? My favorite Christmas meal is... La bûche de Noël, start with the dessert. And then les marrons and choux de Bruxelles, what do you call it? Cranberry sauce,
Yeah.
a nice turkey. I think.
And if you could sum up your experience at the Chat in 3 words, what 3 words would you use?
Oh, that's the tricky question
Yeah,
for the last
final
one.
question.
Describe what my experience here?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being part of a caring community. That's what I take away from La Chaîneraie.